show me the way.
You are infected. A gate thrall is something to eradicate, not reason with.
The faithful may be purified. This is Vlaakith's protocol.
Kachoki! We are training to fight Gake. You think they will hesitate?
They won't need to if we keep killing each other for them. It's stupid.
Silence!
I speak of Orpheus, the true prince.
True heir, glorious prince. There's no greater crime than to exalt the pretender called Orpheus.
You fight again. This time, daggers only. And to the death, as instructed.
You can tell Kithrak Therazin that my position has not changed. The egg requires more time.
Failure at the first hurdle of existence. Most caretakers would crush it and be done.
Most caretakers would not give the child its fair chance. But I shall.
The egg is warm to the touch. The rough shell like slate beneath your fingers. Whatever is within is stirring ever so slightly.
At last, the Zaithisk. Come, let us be purified.
Sit, child. Let the Zaithisk end your suffering.
You feel Lae'zel's mind rip and rupture. Is this purification? Is this the cure?
I feel it. Oh, splitting. Burning. Ah!
What madness is this? The Zaithisk nearly destroyed me. I am Githyanki. I will not be gay.
Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cinderellimouse and we're back with Baldur's Gate 3. Very excited and nervous for this episode because we're in the heart of the Githyanki crash. This is probably going to be the last episode in this area, all being well. And I think we've got a few dramatic things up ahead of us. So what's happening so far? Quick recap, because I have been told this week that I do talk too much and over-explain. I am aware of this, but quick recap. So Lae'zel is still very loyal to Vlaakith. She's been following protocol. In the last episode she kind of ended up in the Zaithisk device, which is supposed to remove the tadpole from her brain, but it exploded. It nearly killed her. She thinks that there is a traitor amongst the ranks now, and we definitely have uncovered some dissent. Definitely there's kind of an underlying minority of Githyanki who believe in Prince Orpheus, who is a contender to the throne basically, against Vlaakith, who is the goddess that Lae'zel is very loyal to. So there is some discontent in the Githyankis. Lae'zel wants to go and speak to the captain and the inquisitor and kind of tell them and report to them about, you know, these traitors and this bad doctor and things like this. We also got a Githyanki egg. So Lae'zel is kind of mummy Lae'zel now. She has this new responsibility that she doesn't quite know how she feels about it, but they were going to destroy the egg if we didn't take it. So better off in our hands, I think. Yeah, I think that's it. But what we can do now is level everybody up, because we did get to that point in the last episode. I wanted to kind of have a think about it, but I think I know what I'm doing now. She says, let's jump over to Cordia and start with her. So she is, the thing with Cordia is that I really want her to be able to like dual wield those two like weapons, but I don't think there's any way of me getting two weapon fighting at this point. If I level her up, I can't speak. If I level her up as cleric right now, which I don't really want to do, I want to kind of like go full in on sorcerer from this point, but it's not going to give me like a feat or anything at this point. I think the next feat that I can get is going to be at level 6. So if level 6 of any one class. So if I level her up to level 5 in sorcerer now, I think I get a feat at the next level, if I'm remembering correctly. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go into spells. Oh, we've got all these level 3 spells now. She is lightning themed, that's her thing, because of her dragon ancestry. She's kind of like lightning dragon. So I'm gonna go for lightning bolt, which does a ton of damage. You can see it can do up to 48 damage. So that is one of my favorite spells, and I definitely want that for her. I can only take one at this point. You're a bit more limited with a sorcerer than you are with a wizard when it comes to choosing your spells. You have to kind of fine tune a little bit more, but we can go over here and like replace a spell. So I think I'm going to get rid of Chromatic Orb. I don't tend to use it very often. It's a choice between Chromatic Orb or Cloud of Daggers basically. Oh, you may still hear construction noises are still going on back there, so we're just going to kind of plow through it. It's not too bad when I've kind of like what they're making themselves noise. It's normally not too bad when I kind of watch back on the videos. You can't normally hear it too much, like from you guys' perspective. I don't think you've not given me any feedback, so yeah, I hopefully I'm just going to kind of plow through it and it's not going to be too bad for you guys. But yeah, Chromatic Orb I think is what I'm going to take off. And then what do I want to bring in? This is the thing, we've got things like Fireball, which I love Fireball, but I feel like that is more of a Gale thing. I think there's so many good spells. This is the problem. I think what I might choose for Cordia is Counter Spell. I do find myself using this quite often. It's reaction, so it's one of those things that kind of automatically triggers, and you get the choice of whether you do it or not. But basically, if we end up fighting any kind of like big spellcasters who are going to do a really nasty spell on us, I can Counter Spell and kind of like diffuse that attempt. So I do find myself using it a lot, especially kind of later in the game. So I think I'm going to take that now, just because I know it's going to come in useful like in the long run. Okay, and that's Cordia. Shadowheart then. So again, we're just straightforward leveling her up as a cleric. Oh, by the way, I completely forgot that I've got the pink hair. Some of you may know what the pink hair means, so watch out for that later in the episode. But yeah, okay, let's carry on. So Shadowheart, prepare spells. So again, Shadowheart really starts to come into her own as we go into Act 2. But for now, I'm just going to take away Cure Wounds, even though it is useful and a helpful spell. I think I'm going to get rid of that for now. What do I want to take? Ooh, I'm tempted to take something like Hold Person. The thing is with Hold Person, if I'm using that against the Githyankies are normally quite high on Wisdom, and it is a Wisdom saving throw, so it's probably not going to be very useful against them. Oh, this is a tricky one. There's also Bane. I think I might take Bane. Up to 3 creatures receive a 1d4 penalty to attack rolls and saving throws. I think that is going to be one of the most useful things for us to swap it for. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, who's next? Gale. Lovely Gale. Again, we're just going straight wizard. No multi-classing here for Gale. At least not at the moment. Because again, wizards get some great spells up at those higher levels that come in very, very useful. What do I want to take though? Now I do like to have him being kind of like a fire and ice theme, so I think I'm going to go with Sleet Storm. Call forth a storm that disrupts the concentration of spellcasters, douses fires, and creates an ice surface. Now that ice surface could be really useful because this is quite a big spell. It takes up a big amount of space. Construction noises. And it basically, if I can make those Githyanki are hard to fight. They are scary. If I can make them all fall over and miss their turn, then that is going to be a massive advantage for me. So I think I'm going to go with that. And then, like I say, I do like him to be fire themed, but this is tricky. So we've got Scorching Ray. He also has Counter Spell. Do you know what I think I might go for him? I might take Slow. Target up to 6 creatures and slow them. Movement and actions are affected, and their AC and Dexterity saves are reduced by 2. It is a Wisdom saving throw, so I don't know how good that's going to be against the Githyanki, who are quite high on Wisdom. But 6 creatures, if I could get half of them, then that is going to definitely put us at more of an advantage. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Do I want to... Oh, I need to prepare spells as well. So I think I'm going to get rid of Witch Bolt. I don't use it that often. I'm definitely going to take Sleet Storm. Do I want to take this? I feel like Gale's Cat, as much as we love them, may not be the most useful thing in this situation. So there we go. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. I am talking a lot about possibly fighting Githyanki, which... I'm very scared to do, but I don't quite know how this is going to go. It could go multiple ways. I have a plan, but whether things go according to plan or not is a different matter. So yeah, let's just prepare for all eventualities. Okay, Will. Okay, so I do like Will to be a paladin. Currently his strength isn't very high, so he's not going to be super effective, but I do have a bit of a long-term plan for him. I'm gonna, do I want to keep command or get rid of command? Maybe I'll take Bless. Bless up to 3 creatures. They gain a plus 1d4 bonus to attack rolls and saving throws. So if I'm blessing us and baning them, then that could work out quite well for us. It's an action I don't tend to use. I tend to like using attacks as my action. So anything like Bless or Bane, I don't tend to use as much. But at this point, I think that's what I'm going to do. Is it Dirge? Is it Dirge? Yay, it's Dirge. Okay, I think I'm going to take Fighter because we get the action surge, which is just super useful. It means I get 2 attacks on my turn with the action surge. So, and that recharges once per short rest. So very, very useful. You've probably seen me using it on like Lae'zel. I think Karlach has it as well at this point. So just useful, definitely taking that. I've got my notes. If you see me looking down, I try to remember how, like what my plan is for them. So, okay, in the last episode, we got Lae'zel some really cool gloves that kind of boost her dexterity. So even though it says here that her dexterity is 13, it's actually higher because of these gloves that she's wearing. So I think it's time to multi-class her as a monk because she's already level 6 fighter. I could take another feat. That's always available to us. And there are some really good things that we can take. So for example, Savage Attacker is really, really useful, which means that we roll our damage die twice and use the highest results. She's already got Great Weapon Master. Things like Looking might be useful for her as well. But I think at this point I really want her to have that kind of bonus action punch. Just even if it's just for the flavour, I think it's time. And like as part of her character development as well, because she's kind of getting to this point where almost like we're starting to see the seeds of her questioning her training and questioning, you know, the culture that she's been raised in. And the Githyanki are very, very militant. So Fighter is perfect for her up until this point. But now that she's starting to learn about Orpheus, who, although the game doesn't say he's Githzerai, he does give me that kind of like monkish energy that tends to be a little bit more Githzerai-ish. So I do like this different flavour, this different aspect coming into Lae'zel at this point. So yeah, I'm gonna go for that because I love this as well. That flurry of blows as a bonus action, just I love it so much. One of my favourite moves. Taking it. All right, now I know guys that Karlach is traditionally a barbarian. I actually like to make her like barbarian fighter paladin. She's got monk 1 level, so she has that punch. You've probably seen me doing it already. I don't want to keep doing monk for her though. At this point it's gonna probably be more fighter. She does get a feat for this, and at level 5, so next time we level her up, she'll get like 2 actions per turn all the time. So I think that is the most strategic choice for her at this point. Now we can give her Great Weapon Master. Does she already have Savage Attacker? No, she doesn't. Ooh, what do I want to give her? When making melee weapon attacks, you roll your damage die twice and use the highest result. I do like the idea of her being like a really heavy hitter. But Great Weapon Master, when you land a critical hit or kills target with a melee weapon attack, you make another melee weapon attack as a bonus action. She does have the bonus action punch, so I think, do you know, I think I'm going to go with, even though my note says Great Weapon, I think I'm actually going to change my mind and go for Savage Attacker and take that higher damage. So every single time we make a melee weapon attack, she is a melee fighter. Roll your damage die twice and use the highest result. So that, it does seem like a good idea, right? It's basically advantage on all melee attacks. I think that's a good idea. Let's do that. sneaky Astarion. Okay, so we're gonna do something a bit different with Astarion. Now his highest ability, words are hard, is dexterity, currently at 17 with kind of no bonuses from armor or anything like that. So that is his main ability modifier. So I'm thinking what I might do at this point, I mean, not barbarian, no, that doesn't suit you at all. I don't really want to keep making him a bard. I kind of just did that just because I think it's fun to have vicious mockery. Now we can carry on going with rogue, but I think what I want to do at this point is go for ranger. And maybe at level 3 going to Gloomstalker. Now, what this is going to give us, not a huge amount at this point, but I do like the idea of him being like a specialist with kind of bow and arrows. What I'm thinking of doing is going Bounty Hunter. You gain proficiency in investigation. Creatures you hit with ensnaring strike, either melee or ranged, have disadvantage on saving throws. Now, I can't do ensnaring strike yet. I think I have to level up again to be able to get it, but I'm kind of like preparing for what we do next. So I think we're going to go with Bounty Hunter, and also I think I'm going to go with Wasteland Wanderer Fire. You have spent endless days surviving forbidden deserts. You gain resistance to fire damage. So the idea here is that a lot of enemies in the game do fire damage. So it might be a good idea to have that natural protection. I'm not hugely fond on any of these. There's no point giving him Urban Tracker. He already has proficiency in Sleight of Hand, so that would be pointless. I don't think we're going to encounter a huge amount of poison or cold, so it just makes sense that it would be fire. So they're not giving us a huge amount at this point, but they might come in handy kind of like later down the road. If I go to his abilities, we can give him some more abilities from this. Survival is pretty good. Let's have a look what we can do. Athletics, nature, animal handling, and survival. Yeah, I'm going to give it to survival because that means he's more likely to be able to spot the treasure mounds. You know, like when you come across the buried treasure. Like sometimes they just don't spot it at all. Sometimes my characters just walk straight past it and no one spots it. So we have a higher chance of basically spotting it. That's what I'm doing. It might be a weird choice. I don't know, has anyone ever leveled Astarion up as Ranger before? Let me know in the comments if you've done that. Yeah, I think that's going to be interesting. Let's go. Okay, so now I have to think about my strategy here. Because we're going to go and see the captain and we want to talk to the Inquisitor. I'm going to have Dirge take the lead on this. So I'm going to have him kind of like put his little team together. And for a reason that I'll explain later, we're going to have to leave some people in camp and take a team of 4, including Cordia. So obviously we're going to have to take Lae'zel, group Lae'zel. We're going to take Cordia, and I'm thinking maybe Shadowheart. Now this is where I'm kind of like debating, because Shadowheart has the relic, the Githyanki relic that she stole off the Githyanki, and the Githyanki are actually looking for and hunting. And what I think I'm going to say with Dirge is that because we're trying to get these people on side, we're basically going to go and say, hey, we found the relic, let's work together, you know, let's see if we can, you know, team up here. That's going to be his strategy, at least as a way to get in to see the Inquisitor, right? Because they'll let them through if they're like, hey, we've got this thing you're looking for. It's like a way to get in the door, and then we'll kind of see how it plays out from there. That's what I'm thinking. I feel like Shadowheart would argue with this. I don't feel like she would be happy with this decision. I think she would definitely see it as A, walking into a bear trap, and B, going against what Shah wanted. But I want to say Dirge and Cordia are going to kind of reassure her that they're not just going to hand over the relic and kind of, you know, put themselves at risk, because obviously the relic is protecting us from the Absolute, but we're going to go and check the place out and see what it's about, and we can always steal it again later. I don't know. But I'm gonna take. Do I want to take Shadowheart with me? Not really. She's not my strongest fighter. But I feel like if it's involving the relic, then she should be with us. So this is not my strongest team. This is not the team I would like to be fighting Githyanki. I would love to have Karlach with us, but I think we can probably make it work. And if anything, it's going to be interesting, right? For storyline, I feel like these are the people who need to be there. Okay, so what that means is I do need to talk to some people and ask them to remain in camp. So Astarion, where are you, Astarion? Where actually is Astarion? Is he up there? Is that him? There he is. Hi, Astarion.
Well, I think.
I hear you did the deed. How was your little romp?
Consensual and enjoyable. Thank you so much for asking. So he's referring to, in the last episode, at the end of the video, we did romance Lae'zel, and it was a very I had to blur a lot of that scene. It took me quite a while in editing because I was like, I don't want to get banned on YouTube, right? I don't want to kind of like be inappropriate or show anything that's kind of while I do consider myself to be like I'm not a channel for kids. I don't know. I also don't want to be too dirty. Like, I like to be like fun, cheeky, kind of flirty, dirty, and I don't want to be like full on like OnlyFans on YouTube. So yeah, I was I don't know, it took me quite a while because I also didn't want to like edit out her face. I want you to be able to see some of the emotion of that scene without like full on kind of like just editing the whole thing out. So I don't know, hopefully you guys thought I did a good job of that and understood what I was trying to do. Anyway, I think Dirge did have a fabulous time. That is none of your business.
Spoil sport.
He disapproves.
Well, what do you want if you're not here to gossip?
Oh no, I take it back. I don't want Astarion disapproval. Okay, we're not bothering with any of these things. It's not relevant right now, so I think it's better if you stay here in camp for a while. There has been some tension between Dirge and Astarion lately.
Oh, darling, I'm hurt. I thought we had something special.
He's jealous. He's jealous of us. Please, just stay here.
I guess I'll spend my evenings lounging here while you do all the hard work. It sounds awful.
Yeah, he's jealous. You can be back up, Astarion. We'll call you if we need you. Okay, I also want to talk to Lae'zel. Now, Lae'zel is coming with us. Actually, we need to talk to Karlach and ask her to stay in camp. I don't want to leave you in camp, Karlach. I want you to be my bodyguard.
Hey, you.
You'll need to stay behind in camp for now.
Really? Really?
You heard me. I want to say soldier. You heard me, soldier.
Oh, fine. I'll be here eating dirt or whatever.
Eating dirt. What's that thing? Song that's like about friends and worms? Like, I guess I'll go eat worms. I'll bite off the heads and suck out the juice. Did anyone sing that in school? Could you give us a moment, please? Could you maybe just go over there? Thank you.
Together.
Okay, Lae'zel, you're coming with us, but I do want to chat about last night, about our time together.
Curious. I drained you dry, yet your body seems no more worse for wear. Perhaps I might find use for it again.
I don't think he's desperate. I don't know. I'm going to say he says this, but not too seriously. Kind of a little bit teasy. You said I've earned your respect. So why are you so rude all the time?
If you must know, Vlaakith requires everything of her children. I can't count how many bruises I've inflicted. Can't measure how much blood I've drawn in the undying Queen's name. I know only blood red and death black. My mind is silver, and my body steel. I am what I must be, say what I must be, to survive every beast I face and every wound I bear.
She's so intense, isn't she? She's so hardcore. I kind of love her though. Like, I love that about her. She's really fierce. I think, you know, as a not straight woman playing computer games, I really think that she is kind of iconic. Yeah, and I like her for Dirge. I like, you know, that similarity of, you know, I only know death and black and blood, you know, very relatable. So maybe they're working through a few issues together. I'm not going to ask this right now. I feel like it's not quite the time, but just so you guys know, we may have a repeat performance at some point. Looking forward to that. But we have other priorities. We have other things that we need to do. So I'm going to chat to my wife, Shadowheart.
Well, my day just improved. Did you want something?
Oh, she's staying with us. I was going to get her to stay in camp. We don't need to get Shadowheart to stay in camp. She's staying with us. Gale, you and your cat need to stay behind in camp for a bit.
Tell me, what can I do for you?
I need you to remain in... yeah. I need you to remain in the camp for a while, rather than on the road with me. And by the road, I mean deeper into the Githyanki camp.
I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it.
Perhaps we'll travel again together later.
I'll be here in the meantime, idling away the hours.
I do love that stuff, like how it sparkles. Right, who else? It's William. He's just here with the owlbear and Scratch. How adorable. Should we say hi to Scratch and the owlbear, guys?
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
I feel great. How about you? You're the goodest boy. You're the best big brother. Big brother to the owlbear. Like you adoptive little brother. You get it? It's so cute. Like, I love the owl. I was thinking about, like, how Larian must have sat there and come up with the design for the owlbear, and like how they must have like tried a few things and kind of like, you know, the frame of it, the way it moves, and they've done such a good job of it. Like the conception of like owl bears, stick them together, and then you get this adorable creature. Where's he gone? Where are you? Oh, there he is. Come back, come back. Let me click on you.
You smell very delicious, but I will not bite you.
I want an owlbear teddy. Does that exist in the world? Are there owlbear, like, you know, about this big? Like a little owlbear teddy? I really, really want one. You like it here, huh?
Nice here. The caves smell like rotting meat. Goblin camp smells like goblins.
Pet the cub. He's just so cute. And the voice as well, like they picked the perfect voice for him. Okay, we've said that before, so I don't want to kind of repeat too much too soon. Will.
You've got something to say?
I'd like for you to wait in the camp for now.
Are you sure? The blade stands at the ready.
Remain here. I'll come for you if I need you.
And just when things were warming up.
Okay, so yeah, it feels really weird to have like a team of 4 people, but this is what we're working with. So yeah, let's go. So I think the first thing that I want to do is I want to close some of these doors to minimize the amount of people who might, you know, get involved in an altercation if any altercations were to happen. I think that might be a good idea.
Takes great interest in this relic of yours, Shadowheart. Or should I say, weapon? What are you hiding?
Nothing. I assume your kin are just as misguided as you are.
Okay, that's actually perfect because we've, like, that's what we're set up to do, right? To go and talk to them about this relic. Maybe, like, convince them that we need it for now. You know, we're not stealing it. The intention is to return it, but it's something of vital importance, you know, to this fight. It's the thing that's stopping us from turning into Illithids. So, yeah, maybe we can reason with them. I don't know if reason, like, is... I don't know. I feel like they're quite intelligent. This is the thing. So... Oh. Yeah, like, I thought they were talking. So... I don't know. Like, maybe they're not that unreasonable. Okay, I'm just giving us a better chance.
I'm sure she'll appreciate your input.
What are you talking about? Tell me all your secrets. Actually, hi.
Now Istik wander our halls at their leisure. Captain Therizin will be even more irate than usual.
Captain Therizin, okay.
I think we all will. when this pestilent search is finally over.
Yeah, so it's clearly important to them. That actually gives us a bargaining chip to have the thing that they are so intent on finding. It actually is a strength for us.
I want to have a word.
So long as an Istik allowed to soil our halls. Chick.
You don't have to be so rude, mate. Listen, if Vlaakith didn't want us here, we wouldn't be here, right? So, mind your manners. Okay, I'm nervous. I'm nervous about going in this room. Wish me luck.
Likely before they'd had it.
Please, Chitrai, I can explain. The latest batch of cultists knew nothing of the astral prism. They were just trying to find Moonrise. They all head there. My Gish have drafted plans to assault the tower. They are ready to fight, Chitrai. We could sift the missing artifact from the tower's ashes if you would give us...
Quiet. Find the astral prism, Therizin. My patience falters.
Yes, Chitrai. You heard him! Go!
Do as she says. She remains your Kithrak. For now.
Okay.
Those doors. This is not a public forum.
Hi, anyone want to talk? Like, no, you can't. I don't think you can talk to these people. Like, I've tried following them and everything. They just kind of like run out. Okay, let's go in here and shut this door. Because again, I don't want people to be like getting involved if things kick off. Okay. So, this is the captain up here.
No. I hate wolves.
I didn't realize you were frightened of wolves, Shadowheart.
Everyone's frightened of something. My fear's hardly irrational when you see the fangs on those things.
Oh my goodness, that was so delayed. So that's meant to happen in Druid's Grove. You know, when you go and fight... Right, I don't know if you all remember. All the way back in Druid's Grove, Korga, who had kind of, like, assumed leadership, she was going to, like, end that little girl who tried to steal the idol, Arabella. And, like, you go in and there's a wolf in there. Silver, I think it's called. I think we, like, gave it our smell. This is meant to occur there, and I just thought, I don't know why it didn't occur for us there, and I wasn't expecting it there, and I'm quite excited that that's popped up. So I'm gonna have Cordia talk to Shadowheart about that because they're closest.
I suppose you've noticed I'm not terribly fond of wolves. They're ravenous predators with fangs like daggers. It's hardly an irrational fear to harbor. You've been decent to me so far. Maybe if you can, don't make me face any more of them. At least, not alone.
Oh, you're not alone, Shadowheart. We're here with you. It'll be fine. What do we want to say? I'll try to avoid wolves in the future, wherever possible. Becomes a druid, turns into a wolf every fight. No, we'll say that.
Thank you. I had a feeling you'd be understanding.
We love her. Okay, so much to talk about, so much to say. Sorry again for the noises in the background. So, there's just so much. Right, so what I'm thinking is this captain, the captain here, and the Inquisitor, there's clearly some animosity between them. The Inquisition, the Inquisitors have come in, this is her territory, and they're like telling her to, you know, giving her orders, undermining her in front of her soldiers. I feel like maybe we can use that to our advantage. Maybe if we talk to her and we kind of say, hey, we're helping you out, you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours, could go quite well. But first, what I want to do is talk to a few people. So let's see what's going on over here. Is there anything on these shelves of interest? There's a backpack. Nothing in it, but I'm actually going to grab the backpack itself because it's good for like inventory sortage. Small shovels, big shovels, some pickaxes. We don't need those. A map of the Shadow Curse lands. That's where we're headed. That's where Moonrise Towers is. So having a look at this map could help us. The map is an active improvised cartography. It highlights the area of those Shadow Curse lands explored by the Githyanki scouts. Evidently, their forces are getting closer and closer to Moonrise Towers. Okay, yeah, I feel like we can team up here. This is going to be great.
Sword Coast. My people have scouted well beyond the temple.
Yeah, this is, we like this. This is good. I wish I kind of want to take it. I'm a bit scared of getting in trouble. Githyanki orders. Let's have a peek at this. What are their orders? Be aware, cultists must be captured on sight. Interrogation swift but effective. Search for the artifact thorough. Priority 1. What's in here? Nothing in there. There's some rope. There's a pouch. Anything in the pouch? No. Maybe I want to take the pouch. I don't know. Let's talk to this lady.
What's up for discussion?
I'm not here. Speak to the captain. Let's see how well she handles this.
Yeah, so it does seem like the captain's struggling a little bit. People are being disrespectful to her, kind of losing her grip on power, not in a great position. I do kind of, do you know, I'm just thinking, we do have this smoke powder barrel, and just in case things go a little bit wrong for us, maybe we want to just, where is it actually? Where did I put it? Is it in one of these pouches? Not that one. That one? Yeah, maybe we just want to put this smoke powder maybe we just want to put this smoke powder barrel next to her. Yeah, just, you know, just in case she's a bit cold and we need to warm things up a little bit, just in case things go a bit wrong. Maybe that's not the worst idea. I'm going to put it about there. It'll still hit her. I think she's still in range, but just in case she runs forward at all, we can just have that as like a backup, you know. And I also want to talk to these wolves. So these wolves are basically, what it looks like has happened is that they're done interrogating those cultists that they captured kind of 2 episodes ago. They were kind of dragging them in there, and having no further use of them, they are dealt with basically. So I think the lady who tried to run away probably made a good choice, because had she got away, you know, like going in there was clearly, the rumors that she'd heard were true, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to avoid saying certain words. I have got Speak with Animals on, so let's go and see if we can befriend the wolves. Shadowheart, it's okay, stay back.
Won't say a dwarf, armor and all. Took me a whole 10 days to pass him.
Ouch. I don't think wolves can eat armor, right? That's more of a pig thing, right? That they can digest anything.
If she keeps making me eat armor, I'm going on a hunger strike.
Yeah, this one's not liking it. Right, so that one's not very happy. Maybe.
Away from me!
Oh, she's frightened. Oh my goodness. Bless your cotton sock, Shadowheart. Listen, you and Laser, maybe Dirge. No, just listen, Shadowheart, go stand over here, away from the smoke powder barrel. Go and sit in that chair. Go and sit in the lavish chair and take a second. It's fine. Don't worry about the wolves. Yeah, let's just keep her back a second. I wonder if Dirge can do Speak with the Dead on these cultists, and we can get any more information out of them. What I'm thinking is that we might get information that'll help us with dialogue checks when we speak to the captain. So
The corpse does not respond.
no, nothing to say. Okay. I mean, I kind of think that they didn't really know anything. They were just being, you know, joining the crowd of people who were going to Moonrise. I don't really feel like they know much about the Absolute. They just kind of believed in the hype and went to show up.
The corpse has nothing to say.
I don't feel like they were kind of intrinsic in the inner workings of the Absolute or anything like that. They were just people who believed in the wrong thing, I think. Okay. Okay, Dirge. Yeah, let's have Dirge talk to her.
I have something to ask.
An Istik in my creche. You are one of the mercenaries sent to bring the weapon.
The Istik is with me, honored Kithrak.
So noted. But my question goes unanswered. Do you bring the weapon?
Don't tell her anything.
So we do have a special fighter thing here. To value a mere weapon so much is pure vanity. You should worry more about your warriors, who are turning against her, to be fair. Sure, I have the weapon, want to see your blood on it. There's a mind flayer invasion in progress. Why is that not your priority? I seek audience with the Inquisitor. There's a traitor among you. I actually kind of like this one. I kind of want to see what she says. There's a Mind Flayer invasion in progress. Why is that not your priority?
You are well informed. My creche discovered the same. We know infected flock to Moonrise Towers. I reported the gathering masses back to Tunarath. In response, they sent an Inquisitor. Instead of ordering an assault, we were told to join in this mad hunt for an ancient relic. Meanwhile, Illithid sickness spreads right in front of us.
Okay, all right, hang on. So, we might be able to get her on our team. What is so important about this weapon?
I do not know. This hunt is the Inquisitor's folly, not mine.
Okay, trouble in paradise. And what does this weapon look like?
It is small, angular, metal, adorned with Tirsu script, stolen by true soul heretics.
You sense Shadowheart's worry. This weapon sounds like the artifact you carry.
What was that look? You know something. Do you have it?
My friend is merely afraid of your wolves. Just a little bit of nerves. I don't think she'd respect that. To be honest, she'd be like, you shouldn't be afraid of anything. You should be a strong fighter. Fear is a weakness. I could try and roll this deception check. Again, I feel like it's our bargaining chip. I feel like it's going to get us in there. So I think I'm just going to say I have what you're looking for.
I sincerely hope you know what you're doing.
Shemaz ala Vlaakith. Give it to me.
It's for the Inquisitor, to be honest. Okay, produce the artifact.
No. No!
Yes. There it is. Exactly as described. The Inquisition will finally come to an end. Ah! Trickery? Heresy? How did you... You manipulate it when I cannot? It appears you have been chosen, Istik. You are lucky. It is not for me to question why. Go, seek the Inquisitor below, and take the cursed thing with you.
Okay, she doesn't hate us. Alright, okay, not quite friend, but maybe not quite foe either. Like, we want the same thing. She wants to go and attack Moonrise Towers. We want to attack Moonrise Towers. She hates the artifact, but she wants the Inquisition to leave. So basically we're helping her out here. Fingers crossed this goes well for us. Inquisitor's prerogative, a reminder.
Here we go.
What's that say? Tarazu, it would behoove you to remember, I love that word, to remember that you should have any other what's that say? Sorry. Tarazu, it would behoove you to remember that you should you or any other member of Creche Yaleg flout the new rules, this will be considered an act of treason. Do not think that I am blind to your disdain. I am our Queen's eyes, and I see all. This must be the Inquisitor. The Inquisition will proceed as planned until it is complete and the weapon is found, as decreed by the Queen to me, Vlaakith Wargaz. Yeah, okay. This guy seems like a bit of a bully, to be honest, but let's go and talk to him. Again, no harm in getting more allies. So is there anything that I can click on around here, or is this all... Yeah, no, she's going to get mad if I click on any of this. Can I speak to her again, or is that all she has to say?
Finish your business here and leave.
But I want to be friends. You're kind of baddie, so...
They should all be running.
All right, Lae'zel, you probably want to come and pick up this barrel again.
Fighting. I crave blood. Found and taken.
And then we'll rejoin Shadowheart to our little group.
What to do?
Keep going. Okay, hopefully it's going to save here.
How much further can I go?
Yeah. Save me doing it. Did feel like a good save spot. Okay.
I'll take that.
Is there anything useful here? There's a dragon egg thing. Oh, a little cool thing.
What's hiding here?
Fire arrow. I'll take it. Pick up that chest as well. Again, just because I'm a bit obsessed with inventory sorted. Can we get down there at all? I don't think so. Okay, let's keep going. Ooh, another thing.
This place is even more foreboding than the rest of the crash.
I'll breathe easier once we're gone from here.
I hope, no, expect that Toarie will aid us.
It's never been that simple before. I don't know why it would be now.
Okay. Expressing a few doubts there as we go in. This place is so cool though. Again, it used to be a temple to Lathander, who's like the god of the dawn, the morning lord. So yeah, it's really beautiful. I like this kind of blue. Some crystals over here. Again, I'm just inspecting the environment. I grew up playing things like Tomb Raider, so you know, you want to look in all the nooks and crannies and get all that kind of all those little icons that you had to I'm so sorry, I'm so bad with words at the moment. I'm very tired. I think I've had long COVID. Yeah, all the little kind of like sculptures and things that you had to collect, all the little med kits that be hidden around on little shelves. So I'm very well trained to kind of like check my environment. If I do ever miss anything though, guys, please do let me know, because I hate that. I want to collect all the things. Okay, I'm a bit nervous as well. I'm kind of procrastinating a little bit because I'm scared. But these sculptures are so cool. Like, I love a good sculpture. I feel like The Sims needs more sculptures. I converted all the Sims medieval sculptures into The Sims 4, and I absolutely love them, but the art style was really different, and I kind of prefer things to all be like a matching art style. So, Sims team, if you're watching this, more sculptures, please. Okay. Anyway. I'm really nervous. I don't want to do it. I'm scared. I have died in this room, by the way. I have been like unalived. It's like, what no mistakes were made. So, okay. A bit like drum roll, you know? Okay, here he is. He's waiting for us. Okay.
Our esteemed guest. Please approach. We have much to discuss.
But I want to poke around at stuff first. We'll poke around later. Let's go and talk to him. Actually, I want to talk to everybody. I want to see what they've all got to say. I'm sorry, I know I faff around a lot.
To talk.
You have something I want.
The Kithrak let you through. Go ahead then. Istik.
How do I get this? Where's the mod that gives me that helmet in the game? Because that is such a cool helmet. It's like Catwoman Githyanki. Told you, they're very zen. Okay, how about this person?
Her patience is not.
Your presence here is tolerated. Do not confuse it for being welcome.
A bit rude. Okay. You were making me feel welcome. I didn't feel like you were getting like the milk and cookies out for me.
The Toarie is expecting you.
She's pretty. We should keep her alive. And this person? There's a lot of treasure.
An invitation to speak with the Toarie. You are honored.
I don't feel honored. I feel disrespected, but okay. Lae'zel is probably loving this. She probably feels super important right now. Okay, so. I'm so nervous. Okay, let's talk to this guy. Toarie Wawazag.
My Arden spoke of one of our kin that escaped a crashing Geik slave vessel.
Toarie. Vlaakith's justice in flesh.
You have accomplished much, child. I am pleased to finally meet you. I heard there is so much goblin blood on your hands that it soaks their children's nightmares. To business. I suspect you plucked something precious from the Geik ship. Something that belongs to us. The weapon. Give it to me.
Don't do it. The weapon is how I protect you.
Do it. Do not disobey the Inquisitor.
Okay, okay. So, he seems to like us. I feel like Lae'zel is absolutely loving the flattery and attention because it's all she's ever wanted is to impress Vlaakith, to be a dragon rider, you know, to be honoured. Like, that's all she's ever wanted. She wants to, she's kind of a people pleaser in a way, you know, to the Githyanki at least. So yeah, this is like her moment. Dirge, again, as a recap, does not trust the thing in his head. The Dream Guardian does not trust it, thinks it's an illithid trick. Cordia believes it. Cordia thinks it's her goddess Illistery. At least she's refusing to accept that it's not. But Dirge, because he doesn't trust it and it's saying don't give it to them, I don't know. I think he'd be more inclined to kind of want the Githyanki on side, being like, there's a strong army. You know, we're dealing with something really bad here. The Githyanki might be my best chance. I think is probably what he's thinking. Oh, I can't. It protects me. What do I get in return? This weapon, what does it do? Shouldn't you be more concerned with the Mind Flayer invasion? How do you know so much about me? I think he's focused on the Mind Flayers, so he's going to say, shouldn't you be more concerned with the Mind Flayer invasion?
What makes you think we are not? We are talking about the grand design, the restoration of the Illithid Empire. There is nothing of greater importance. But the weapon is the solution. I have heard it directly from Queen Vlaakith herself. It is how we will stop the Mind Flayers before they destroy us all. Hand it over.
Okay, again, this is our bargaining chip, so I don't want to just hand it over like, here we go, like a little puppy, you know, playing fetch. I want information, right? So I'm going to ask, what is the grand design?
The grand design is what all Geik seek. The restoration of the Illithid Empire, which spanned the entirety of the multiverse. For centuries, their elder brains sought to bring back their dominion. Every plot they hatched, we stopped. But now they are close to succeeding. Never before could they pause Ceremorphosis. Never before could they let the infections spread undetected. You saw the thralls gathered on the Geik ship. Imagine that everywhere. Wants, needs, choice, all would cease to be. Everything rendered unto the Geik. So, the weapon. Please.
I feel like Dirge is actually...
Don't give it to him.
I feel like Dirge is actually believing him to an extent because, again, the Illithid are the big bad. Like, they just want to control everything. And, you know, we don't want to be a thrall. We don't want to be turned into, you know, a Mind Flayer. And the fact that the Githyanki, like, their whole purpose is to fight the Illithid. You know, they're kind of good guys in that way. They're just very, very brutal about the methods. So... what was he just saying there about, like, never before have they been able to pause Ceremorphosis, never before have they been able to spread the infection undetected. So now he's thinking that's what the Dream Guardian's doing to us. They are pausing the Ceremorphosis, pretending that they're protecting us, all the while kind of like using us as like a meat puppet. So yeah, he's more inclined towards the Githyanki right now. I'm not. I smell the fish right here. I am like, I do not trust anyone right now. Like something's not right here. Dirge in this moment is like, this is our best bet. Produce the artifact. Lae'zel approves.
No.
So it is found.
Vlaakith Gorg Skathzai.
My queen. Skathzai.
You are permitted to look upon me. You are invited to kneel.
The deathless queen has spoken. You will obey.
Oh my god. Imagine being Lae'zel in this moment. Like, she's like, oh, my queen. Like, not in respect for Vlaakith, I feel like Dirge would just stand, right? But in respect for Lae'zel, and because he's cooperating, he wants these people on side, he's not above kneeling, right? More for respect for Lae'zel though. Approval?
These attendants you keep, you taught them well, my child, my Lae'zel.
Chma Zala Vlaakith. You know me.
Erlyne of Kalir speaks most highly, as did Aloija before him. You seek purity. I may yet grant it. Istik, you bear that which is ours. But are you friend, or are you thief?
I'm the hero who found your weapon.
Your utility is proven, but your heroism is yet to be witnessed. A test, then, to see if you are as capable as you profess to be. That weapon you carry, the astral prism, it is corrupted.
I will cleanse it for you, my queen. Tell me how.
There is someone inside. Their mind is warped, broken, a blight. They are an agent of the Grand Design, sent to sabotage the astral prism. Our last defense against the return of the Illithid Empire. As long as they live, the prism is compromised. Kill them! Do this, and I will cleanse you and your allies. Do this, and ascend!
Ascension. My queen. An honor gained. A burden borne. You must accept. Refuse, and you will know my fury.
Okay, this is obviously Lae'zel's big moment. Like, she is so loving this. This is everything she's always wanted. Like, you know, to be told by Vlaakith herself to be told by Vlaakith herself that she's worthy, that she wants her to ascend, that she has been spoken highly of by her, you know, her people from her crash. Like, all these people she's looked up to, and she's getting that validation that she's always craved. Like, baby girl, I love her so much. Like, I don't understand how people can hate Lae'zel. Like, she's so vulnerable, you know? What do I want to say? This is where he has the doubt, right? Because even though she's saying, do this, cleanse, you know, kill the person inside, and I will ascend you, and I will rid you of the parasite, wasn't that what the Zakith device was supposed to do? I'm gonna... And also, this point as well, number 4, can't you kill them yourself? I thought gods were all powerful. Like, why do we need to do that dirty work for her? He's gonna say it.
Perhaps I misheard. You would not speak ill of a god, would you?
Do not test her. She will be our ruin.
So I pushed my luck here and doubled down, and yeah, you can really make her really angry, and she just goes And it's like the end of the game, that's it, done. Don't antagonize the gods. Don't be that guy in the group, right? When you're playing D&D, don't be that one. Again, if what she's saying is true, she would be a very, very powerful ally against, you know, going up to Moonrise. So I spoke too hastily. Please forgive me.
Obey, my child, and be forgiven. Use the Planecaster's power to enter the artifact. Be wary of the creature's lying tongue. Cut it out if you must. Wargas, they are not to leave until it is done.
As you say, my queen.
Shma Zala Vlaakith. We will not waste a second. Vlaakith has spoken. Do not leave this room except to enter the prism. Turn your back on me, and you will feel my blade against it.
Right, calm down, Lae'zel. We got you this far, didn't we? Maybe she was saying that to Shadowheart. Shadowheart is not liking this plan at all. Understandably so. Like, basically, Shadowheart is going against her queen, right? She doesn't follow Vlaakith. Like, Shah gave her orders, and this is not what she was told to do. So Shadowheart is definitely going to be expressing doubts in this moment. So I feel like Shadowheart and Cordia would be saying, hang on a second, like, we're both clerics, we have our own loyalties to our own deities. Like, Shadowheart is actively going against Shah's orders right now, and we've just been told to kill the thing inside that Cordia kind of still believes is a listery. So we've got two people who are into it and two people, well, to be fair, I don't think Dirge is fully on board, right? He wants answers. I am gonna save, and then we'll jump into this astral prison. Are you ready? I am not ready for this. Like, this is one of those moments, and there's a lot of these moments in the game where you don't know right from wrong. You don't know what the best thing to do is. Like, there's so many conflicts in the game where you feel like you're caught in the middle of it, and you're like, I don't know what the right choice is. And I have made some wrong choices. So, fingers crossed I do it right this time. Let's go in the Planecaster.
Don't do it.
See what I mean? It's like every time you think you know what you're doing, like you get like conflicting voices. Okay, yes, I'm sure I want to do this.
Heat pulses out of the astral prism as it begins to flower. Your mind burns hot with excitement.
It's the magic realm. From Realm of Magic for The Sims. Okay. So...
a timeless space, bounded, compressed in a fold. A pocket of astral plane.
We failed a check there.
Boundless. Timeless. Like every dream that ever was stitched together. It is home.
Yeah, so this is like their home, the Githyanki's home. They, like it said in the last episode, they actually only come down to Toril, like the Earth world, to have their eggs to set up the creches, because time doesn't really progress here, so they need the time to progress to hatch the eggs. So yeah, this is probably... I mean, I don't know, because Lae'zel's kind of fresh out the creche, isn't she, really? She is quite young. Okay, anyway, the reason why I had to only have 4 people here is because if I had, like, the 2 teams like I normally do, everyone gets dragged into here, and then it kind of feels a bit cheaty, it feels a bit too much, so that's why we're dealing with 4 people right now. But They would have an argument at this point about whether or not they should kill the thing inside, because Cordia would be against it. Yeah, I don't know. This is where all those dreams were, though. Where every time we had a dream with the Dream Guardian, like, this is where it was, right? Like, you can see one of the places up there. Yeah, it's very cool looking. Kind of limited to where we can jump to, I think. But if we explore around here before we kind of go in, there's a lot of stuff we can kind of collect and look at. I mean, roleplay wise, Lae'zel would go straight in there, wouldn't she? So let's try and do that.
So you came, in spite of all my warnings. Disappointing. But it is not you I wish to speak with. I will only speak with the one in charge.
So Lae'zel actually cannot do it because she's not one of the player characters. She hasn't got that little crown. She can't be the one to go into the portal to speak to the person. She can't be the one to carry out Vlaakith's orders, basically. I'm just going to leave her kind of here next to the portal. I don't think she would move from that spot while I have everybody else kind of explore a little bit. So it's going to have to be Dirge or Cordia, basically, to do the deed.
Don't mind if I do.
Again, Cordia would be against it, and she would tell this to Dirge. She'd be like, think about what you're doing, this thing is protecting us. Dirge would think it was a manipulation. He'd be like, it's using us to carry, ooh, Divine Bone Shard, these are really good. A longsword there. I mean, let's get it, we can sell it, right? A Rusty Spear, Dead Githyanki, Chasm Creeper. Let's look at the Githyanki.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, Dirge would be like, we have to do this. It's tricking us. We need Vlaakith and the Githyanki on side if we're going to take on Moonrise Towers. Vlaakith said that she can cure us. Cordia would be skeptical of that. Shadowheart would definitely be skeptical about whether or not Vlaakith would cure us. She would be against the whole idea. So she'd be putting forward like a counter argument at this point. She'd be saying, how can we trust her? You know, Lae'zel told us to trust the Zakith device and that nearly killed her, so why would Vlaakith be any different? Maybe Vlaakith is using us just like the ooh, what's this? Inscribed Githyanki Slate? Yeah, maybe Vlaakith is just using us just like the Illithid are. The slate spader's symbols are hard to distinguish, let alone decipher. The drawings etched underneath them, however, are plain to see. They depict a dragon soaring above two individuals, one standing tall and the other kneeling. A circle is drawn around them, a fuzzy tail trailing behind. They are riding a comet. So clearly, the Githyanki that are in here... Hang on a second, because there's the whole Orpheus thing to consider. So if this one is carrying one of those discs that talk about Orpheus, what, I don't know. I'm sick. I do know what's going on because I've played this before. But when I first played this, I was so confused. What made it even more confusing for me was that my Dream Guardian was a Githyanki, and so I was just like, I don't know who's on whose side. I have no idea what's happening. It was like Githyanki fighting Githyanki, which actually, you know, if you look at like the Githzerai, that's what the Githzerai are. Yeah, there's all these Githyanki. Like, let me have a look at her. Let me examine. It says Githyanki. It doesn't say that she's Githzerai. How about that guy? Yeah, Githyanki it says. Okay, I think I've got everything there is to loot. Dirge is going to leave Shadowheart and Cordia kind of over here arguing, I think. And he's going to go back to Lae'zel.
Here goes nothing.
And let's see if we can get through this thing. He's got a job to do,
Tell
you know.
me, are you the one in charge?
He's gonna do what he does best, basically. Yes.
Then enter. We need to talk.
I think I need some answers, actually.
I may have made a mistake trusting you. I told you to stay away from the Githyanki, but you just couldn't help yourself. Could you? And now, you've come here to murder me.
He's quite matter of fact. I do quite like this one. Everyone always thinks I want to murder them. I just want to talk. It feels very dirgy. And he does want to talk. But again, he's quite upfront. He's like, I want answers. Vlaakith told me you are an agent of the Illithid Grand Design. And I am inclined to agree. What do you have to say about that?
I told you I stole the artifact from someone. Well, I stole it from Vlaakith. Since then, she has become desperate. Vlaakith wants me dead because I know her secret. It is a secret so great that if her people ever found out, that would be the end of her rule, the end of her. That same secret is how I've been protecting you from the Absolute. I can hear your thoughts. You think I'm lying. Vlaakith warned you that I would try to deceive you. But consider this. What reason have I to deceive you? I want the same thing as you. Freedom. I'm on your side. I have been since the very beginning.
I just don't, like, it's so hard to know if it's a trick or not, because we even read that book in the Githyanki Crash that talks about all the ways that the Mind Flayers can manipulate you. When dealing with Mind Flayers, remember that it is in their nature to assess the utility, strengths and weaknesses of those around them, and to manipulate in order to get what they want. Again, he's matter of fact. He's going to say what he's thinking. I'm going to not even do it as a question. I'm going to say, this is just another one of your tricks.
I already told you I protect you, that I saved you, that I'm just like you.
Yeah, but you would say that.
If this was not enough to convince you, what more is there to say?
It's so hard to think, like, what would Dirge do in this moment? I don't think he likes following orders. I don't think he likes being told what to do. And there is that element of doubt in his mind. And again, they have been learning about Orpheus. There's all these signs everywhere about Orpheus. And he doesn't trust Vlaakith. Yes, it'd be cool to have her on side to fight Moonrise Towers, but maybe there's more to this than... But maybe this Dream Guardian's manipulating us, right? It's like, I keep going around in circles in my head. And why can't Vlaakith kill her himself, right? Why, if Vlaakith is all powerful, if Vlaakith, I think this is going to be the deciding factor for him. If Vlaakith is saying that she can rid of us of our tadpoles, why is it so hard for her to come in here and do this herself? Vlaakith be damned. If she wants you dead, she can kill you herself.
It seems I was right to put my faith in you after all. Thank you. Vlaakith will be furious, to make no mention of your Githyanki companion. The Lich Queen fears nothing more than the loss of her empire. The knowledge I have of her deception will bring that about.
If you're such a threat to her, why hasn't she killed you already?
She is trying her very best to kill me by sending you. Vlaakith is lying to her people. She pretends to know how Gith destroyed the Mind Flayer Empire. In truth, she knows nothing. If the Illithid Empire were ever to return, she would be incapable of stopping them. And if her people found out about her impotence, there would be mutiny, revolution, the end of her rule. But that very power, the power to resist illicit control, which Vlaakith only pretends to know, is how I've been protecting you. I suppose she hoped to extract it from my corpse. Since you spared me that fate, she will come for you.
We want answers. We're here for answers, and now is the time. And what is that power?
A logical question. But you're not ready for the answer.
Cop out.
I have delayed long enough. The next attack is overdue, and I can't risk you being caught in the middle of it. I need you out there, searching for the Absolute. You were on the right path, to Moonrise Towers. Return to it. Be warned, the Inquisitor awaits your return from this place with orders to kill you. No doubt the rest of the Kresh will join him. Good luck.
Yeah, I think we're in trouble.
Have you killed my queen's enemy?
About that? I don't like any of these options. I'm not going to kill them. They protect us from the Absolute. I'm afraid there was no one there. Actually, I learned a few things. Your queen is lying to you. I think we have to go with option 3. We don't really have proof of that, though. That's the thing. Actually, I learned a few things. Your queen is lying to you, Lae'zel.
Vlaakith does not lie to her faithful. Open your mind. Show me.
Your mind tingles. Lae'zel seeks entrance.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll show her what we know, right? We have got some roles here. The Inquisitor is going to kill you, Lae'zel. Is that not proof enough of my honor? Close your mind to her. Stay out of my mind. Yeah, like, have a look. You know what I know, girl.
Your thoughts become one. She sees the truth of your confrontation in an instant.
Vlaakith Tafkinazin. I see only madness. Vlaakith bears the full might of Tunarath's arms, and the covenant of the Great Mother Gith. We must go to the Toarie. He will summon Vlaakith. She must know of this apostate.
Lae'zel is still thinking that... I don't know. Lae'zel would be saying, like, why didn't you do what Vlaakith said? Why didn't you kill it? But again, she's like, well, I couldn't get in there. I mean, we could try again now.
Reaction.
The way is blocked now. For good.
I don't know. I think we've just got to go and, like, you know, face the consequences of our choices, basically. Okay, I think I need to save though before we leave. What is going on down there as well? Like, look at this thing before we leave. Like, look at this. This is like a huge skeleton. Like, this is like some kind of god in itself. And what is going on with its brain? It's all like sparkly. So maybe the Dream Guardian is whatever this creature was, right? Like, it's got a crown on. Unless that's Mother Gith. Unless that's like, you know, the original goddess. She's got this ring on here. She's got like 4 arms as well. Like, look here, she's got that one arm coming up here, and then there's like an arm that's broken off here that we're kind of stood on. Oh my god, there's a treasure chest. I almost missed it. Let's go and get that treasure chest. Like, I love how you can jump here. Like, I hope that because they've unlocked like the modders toolkit for patch 7, and like the mod creators are out there kind of creating their own levels and things, a level in the astral plane, like going to one of the Githyanki bases in the astral plane and being able to do all this like giant leaping, that would be such a cool level. Yeah, like look at this big ring here. That's where we were in one of the dreams up there. So it is quite hard to jump around here. I probably could if I was really, really determined. Like, get to a few more of these places, but also I don't want to kind of skip ahead on the story. I want to kind of follow the story as it's meant to be told. So this is where we leave the astral plane for the day. Portal to the material plane. Did I save? I don't know if I saved, but I need to. Okay, there's only 4 of us. Ooh, it's not gonna be good. Let's go. No, I'm not sure, but I have to. Hello? Everything okay?
Lae'zel, I've been waiting. You are named Hashalak. Bend your head, for my blade is ready.
Rye, please, summon Vlaakith. There's much...
Irrelevant, Geik wretch. The Queen has spoken. Your death is decreed.
You realize what Lae'zel doesn't? Whatever the outcome of your visit to the astral prism, Vlaakith had no intention of letting either of you live.
Ooh.
Crash, Yillik, with me, to the death.
Okay, so, like I said, this is a hard fight, and I don't have my best fighters with me. I'd love to have Karlach, maybe Astarion with me. Even Gale has a lot of like cool wizard spells. This is not my strongest team, but I thought it was important to take the people that I did in there, and I didn't want to cheat and have like all 8 people come in and then all 8 people be in this fight, because I'm not looking to kind of like, you know, cheat too much, even though I'm kind of doing like a story-based one here. Okay, wish me luck. I don't know if we're going to do this on the first attempt. I have ran it through a few times, and it is possible, but it's scary, and I'm really nervous. So what I want to do, obviously, first, I think is really important, is to take a potion of speed. Okay, here we go. Potion of speed. I do have some. Cordy's got them at the moment, so I'll bring this over to Lae'zel because it's her turn, and we'll drop that. And then hopefully I can get a few of us with this. So where did it go? Potion of speed, there it is. I don't think I'm going to be able to get Cordia, but I reckon I could probably get me, Dirge, and Shadowheart with it. Kind of if I move, can I move a little bit closer to it, do you think? I don't know if that's going to get me or not. Let's get it with Flurry of Blows. And hope that all 3 of us get this. Yes, I got it. Okay, 3 of us got it. Okay, so we get extra actions for those 3 people, and we're gonna basically need them. He goes next, right? The big boss guy goes next, and he is difficult. So let's have a think about what we want to do here. I can try and blow him up, or I can just start hitting him. I think that smoke powder barrel is not the worst idea. I could throw it at him, but I think I'm close enough that I can probably just drop it and move it physically closer to him. Hope that we don't get caught in the blow. I reckon about there is probably good. Cordia might take a hit, to be honest. Can I move it back a little bit further? Because I wanted to get him, but not us. So if I move back and I fire a fire arrow at it. So I did actually prepare, and I got some like fire arrows, ice arrows, a few spells off like Gale and Astarion, because obviously I can't access their inventory once I'm in here. So fingers crossed this is going to work. Okay. Took a decent amount of damage from that. That was good. Okay, 87 hit points out of 120. I think we just need to start laying into him basically at this point. Okay. Yeah, let's lacerate him. Oh, ready to parry. Okay, we've removed that from him though. Ready to parry actually reduces, I can't see it now, it's gone, but basically it reduces the amount of damage an attack does to 1, it's like 1 or 10 hit points, I can't remember exactly how much. So basically we could hit him and do like 50 damage and it's going to reduce it back down. I can't remember the exact amount, but I think blowing him up actually removed that, which wasn't part of my plan. I forgot that he had that. I think I just got really lucky there. But basically, now that I've hit him again, he's lost that. So now I can actually start doing damage on him. 70% chance of hitting, let's go. Okay, we did 13 damage. I can hit him again. I'm just going to keep weighing into him. 14 damage. Action surge, because we need it. And just keep on going, Lae'zel. Like, this is it. I could potentially... Do we have more smoke powder? I don't know. He's down to 48 hit points. We're doing quite well. There's obviously a room full of Githyanki that we're going to have to deal with, but this isn't too bad. It's his turn next, so the more damage I can do to him, the better. That's it. I've run out of actions, run out of bonus actions. I only have movement left. I think the plan might be just to separate a little bit, because if we're all in a little huddle, I'm going to run over here, then that gives me a chance to kind of come this way and get up the stairs and get the 2 people who are up the stairs. But also I'm still down, so I can get like these ones as well. I'm just getting into position for like the next round. So I think that's a good position to be in for Lae'zel. Yeah, because depending on who gets taken out or where people run, we're in quite a strategic position. Okay, that is as much as I can do with that. I'm scared because he's going to get a turn now.
Your life is over. Trema Salah Vlaakith.
Mind Steel Link. So what is this? This is being drained by Chirai Wawargaz. Received a -2 penalty on armor class and is vulnerable to psychic damage, and they deal a lot of psychic damage, right? Condition ends when the affected entity damages Chirai Wawargaz. So basically I have to hit him and stop him from being able to do this to me. I don't think I'm going to have sneak attack on him. No. He's only got 34 hit points though. Do I not have... I thought I got action surge. Right, okay, in that case, I'm going to move forward to Cordia. Shadowheart has it, doesn't she? Yeah, she's hastened, but we're not. So I'm going to use another potion of speed on Dirge and Cordia. And yeah, that's my plan. Potion of speed. Where is it? I don't see it. Hang on. Speed. Right, cool. I clicked off it. I'm such an idiot. I'm panicking, that's why. I'm nervous. So I'm making mistakes, and that's not good. I need to calm down and be strategic. Split item. I just want 1, please. It hides from me, but hopefully if I do this, it'll show up again. Potion of speed. There we go. Okay. Dirge, drop that. So I could have him drink it, but then he's only going to get it, where it's more efficient and more effective if I put it on the ground between us and attack it. So the bonus action to attack rather than the bonus action to drink, and then 2 people get it instead of 1 person. It's just a more efficient use of my actions and my bonus actions, basically. So dropping item doesn't cost me an action. Just to explain what I'm doing here, I have used this technique before, but just in case anyone missed it, if I put it right in between us like this, and then I use my bonus action instead of drinking it, with my offhand attack to attack the bottle, then hopefully we both get hastened. Yeah, we both got it. Okay, so now I have 2 actions. There's 2 people together there. Can I maybe get them with like the ice, and then they might fall over basically on their, like when it's their turn. I don't know. I've also got my frost breath attack. Yeah, let's do frost breath. I'm gonna come over here
with haste.
And if I turn on this angle, I can frost breath both of them. Okay, he only took 3 damage from that. Oh, it's not made the ground frosty. I thought it was going to be like ice knife and it'd make the ground frosty. I don't have advantage on him. What should I do? I do have like Scroll of Disintegrate, Wall of Ice. Oh no, I forgot to use my minor elementals. I was going to use minor elementals and I forgot. I do have the smoke powder bomb. Disintegrate's really good, but he only has 30 hit points left. I think I'm just going to hit him. Oh, he had ready to parry again? Damn. That wasn't good. Okay, I'm going to go... Where do I want to go? I can climb up here, but it gives me an opportunity attack. I can come this way without an opportunity attack, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get up here. He's going to take a tiny bit of damage there. He's burning, but that's okay. Alright. They're going to get some attacks on us, guys. Fingers crossed we're okay. So again, counterspell. I picked that up before. He's casting a spell on us, Psychic Rend, which is kind of what the other guy's doing as well, and this is going to stop him from being able to do that. Which is really good because we're vulnerable to psychic damage. Yeah, counterspell. Excellent. So he's lost that action. Okay, what's this guy gonna do? Psychic Rend on Lae'zel. I'm sorry, Lae'zel.
It's Aladdin.
Misty Step. Okay. That was not worth doing. They wasted that. That's good for us. They're hitting Dirge. Melee attacks. Missed the second one. Thank goodness. Okay, Shadowheart. Shadowheart has Inflict Wounds, which is a really, really powerful spell that does a lot of damage. It does 50 damage. Up to 50 damage. It's only 30% chance of hitting him though. So let's try Guiding Bolt. 30% chance. We do have Bane. Up to 3 creatures receive a 1d4 penalty to attack rolls and saving throws. Right. In that case, do you know what? I'm going to upcast it to level 2. And we're going to get... Where is everybody? What if I climb up here? Oh, I don't know where to go. What if I go here?
When I go.
And we do Bane. And give everybody disadvantage. Level 2, and then I can get like 4 people. I can only really get 2 of them in here though. Basically, there's a circle that tells me the range of like how far I can get with that. If I move this way, I might be able to get these 3. Okay, let's do it at level 1. And then I can get this one here. You see the circle? That's how far I can get. This one here. And the boss guy. And give them that disadvantage. Wait, hang on. I've only got 2 there, have I? Who hasn't got it on them? Hang on, who hasn't got it? Wait, let me get off that. Sorry, I want to make sure I do it properly. So Bane then. I want this person. They're out of sight? Are you kidding me? They're not out of sight, I can see them. Don't be mean to me. Okay, that's... Come back this way a tiny bit. I'm sure she can see him there. Look at that. Bane. 1. He's not out of sight though, he's right there. Like, I can literally see that she has him in line of sight. Okay, I give up. Right, I give up on that. I'm just gonna risk it. I'm just gonna risk it for a biscuit. Level 3, she can do it twice. Oh, 24 damage. That is decent. I reckon we can take him out now. He's got 7 hit points remaining. So I want to do something that's not going to miss, basically. Firebolt, 4% chance of hitting. Can she just hit him with Sorrow? 25% chance of hitting. What has she got as bonus actions? Oh, she can do Sorrowful Lash as a bonus action? Okay, that's going to be my backup. Yeah, just go in with this again, but like level 1 should do it. She'll either hit or she won't.
I'm glad you came to your senses. Now leave before the others come for us.
I can't exactly leave right now. There's still like a room of like 4 Githyanki attacking me, but I feel more confident now. Okay, what I'm gonna do next, we can speak with the dead on them as well. Okay, what I want to do next in that case is mass healing word, just to keep everybody up, basically. Okay, everybody's got Blade Ward as well, which is helpful. Right, got 1 person over there, but the majority of people are up here, so I think what I'm going to do is, there's that person there as well, I forgot about them. I'm going to go over here, and then we're in range of like these 2 for the next turn. Okay, Cordia.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Who goes next? Who's the next person to take the turn? This bow and arrow guy. Okay. I am gonna... What do I want to do? I am gonna twin spell. Hopefully it's gonna let me do that. Twin spell. Oh, I was hoping it'd let me twin spell ice knife, but it won't. Okay, get rid of that. I'm gonna ice knife in the hopes that they fall over. So I'm gonna go level 2 ice knife. 60% chance of hitting. It's not gonna hit whoever's at the bottom there, is it? Lae'zel. My tummy's rumbling. These nerves. So 17 damage on that, and he might trip on his next turn. So the next person to go, well, those 3 go together. So I'm just going to try and get, sorry guys, that I'm spinning all over the place here. I'm going to try and get this guy closest to me with another ice knife. And I'm going to go level 2 again. Again, the intention mainly is to make him trip on his turn and make him miss his turn. Okay, beautiful. And then I can also, because my bonus actions are okay, but if I use Quicken Spell, which is one of my sorcerer things, I can do another spell as a bonus action. So I can do another ice knife. Again, I don't want to use all my spells. I'm going to use level 1. Again, the intention is to make them trip on her. So now 3 of those 4 warriors are stood on patches of ice, and hopefully will slip and miss their turn on their next turn. Okay, that is my strategy. I'm also gonna go, I don't know where to go. I might stand my ground in the middle, to be honest. Okay, slip. It worked, he slipped. Perfect. So now he's actually prone, which means that Lae'zel can get up there and have advantage on her attacks against him. So I don't want her to trip, this is the thing. So I'm gonna go over here and make her way around without standing on the ice herself. Hopefully she can now hit him while he's prone and at disadvantage. Let's go. Okay, and I'm gonna, because we're close to him, I'm gonna use my flurry of blows to finish him off and keep my action to get these people with arrows, basically, is what I'm thinking. She's only got 7 hit points. I reckon we've got this. Yeah, that's her taken out. Oh my god, she is an absolute tank. We love Lae'zel. Let's get around here and try and help Dirge out a little bit. Let's move forward to get a better angle. And yeah, let's just ranged attack this person. I could do something... The problem is, if I do anything with like the arrows, I'm going to also hit Dirge. So I'm just going to go ahead and straightforward hit them with an arrow. Okay, they had ready to parry as well, so we hopefully removed that off them. No, they've still got it. Okay, so let's have a look at that so you can understand what that does. Ready to parry. So it reduces incoming damage by 10. So if we hit them for 17, it's only going to do 7 damage. So yeah, we definitely want to remove that. But that's okay. I'm just going to hit her with another arrow. So yeah, that attack only did 2 damage. So let's have a look at this one. We missed. Oh, Lae'zel, you need to stop missing, girl. Okay, Dirge's turn.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
He's looking a little bit rough, to be honest. I think, I have a theory that if I come around behind her like this, so that she's not getting an attack of opportunity on me. Can I not hide as a bonus action? I thought I could. Can't be threatened. Oh, he's threatened? Oh, let's just stabby stabby. He is actually quite a decent fighter. See? Critical hit. Nice. Did a decent amount of damage. Now, am I still threatened? I don't have advantage. Let's just hit her again. Straightforward. And we missed. Oh, damn it. Can I run away now, though? Right, let's move back here with the hope that we might be able to hide to get advantage on our next attack.
Can carry me.
On the next round. And also because he's looking low on hit points. Okay, let's hope they trip. Trip, trip, trip. No, he misty stepped. Oh, I can counter spell. So he didn't misty step, and he might trip if he tries to move. Oh no, worth a try. hits, only 6. Oh, but that was stupid. They jumped next to Shadowheart and then moved out of her range, so she gets a free attack of opportunity on them. So I can do Warcaster, which is Shocking Grasp, or just a straightforward hit with her thing. I don't know what does more damage. I reckon she's got a better chance with Shocking Grasp. 10 damage. Okay. What would that have done? 3 to 12. So that wasn't bad. Okay. They've only got 11 hit points. I reckon we can go in with a Fireball. 50% chance of hitting. That did the job. So we only have this one guy remaining now. We are doing such a good job here. And do you know what? I reckon I can get into melee with him, which means I think I can get over there. How many hit points does he have? 12? Let's just try and inflict wounds. I've not enough space. Do you know what? She might be able to jump right next to him. Yeah, jumping sometimes closes that distance. Sometimes you can jump a little bit farther than you can run. Oh. Sorry guys, I had to fix my camera there. It cuts out after the 40-minute mark, so if I go over that, it kind of, the audio goes funny. She says not being able to speak. Right, but we're in melee with him, and I can now inflict wounds. 90% chance of hitting. Level 1, we should be able to do this. We're alive! And that was not my best team, so I had the strategy there going into that. Okay, Lae'zel wants to talk, but I can't hear anything. I've got my headphones in now. But yeah, this is just this lethargic thing. That's just the potions of speed wearing off. We're gonna have to long rest, I think.
I can keep going a little longer now.
And then let's talk to Lae'zel. See how she feels about that. She basically got betrayed. She got used and betrayed. Like, it said when we came out of the Astral Prism that Dirge realises what Lae'zel didn't, that Vlaakith was never going to let us leave that room alive, no matter whether we killed the person inside the prism or not. So, yeah, Lae'zel just got used and backstabbed by the person that she's placed so much loyalty, like unquestioning 100% loyalty to Vlaakith, and she's just been mistreated by her. So...
Vlaakith! I have wielded your fury as a blade, roared your wrath as a dragon. You promised ascension. Yet I crawl among my own people, low as an asp's belly. Shkageth! I followed your path. What good? This heart of stone, for it to be shattered.
How?
She tests me. A trial of faith. Kalir prepared me. Only the heaviest souls soar to the astral. Yes. Yes. I might gain Vlaakith's favor yet.
I'm sorry if you can hear my tummy rumbling, guys. I might have to go and get a quick snack. Oh, how quickly she just went from, like, that moment of release from the chains that have been burdening her for so long, like, without her knowing. Like, that moment of, like, I don't know how people don't love Lae'zel. I mean, I missed this entire, like, area. I didn't get any of this on my first playthrough. And, like, having done a second playthrough and doing all this, it's like, I'm so protective over Lae'zel now. She's baby sister. Like, nobody's hurting my Lae'zel, you know? So, she's just, like, that. It's a really good quality in her. That kind of, like, my tummy's really rumbling. That... Yeah, I'm gonna go and get a snack. Okay, I'm sorry for, like, the little food interlude. Like, this is the moment where you go and get snacks, basically. But I am having such a British snack. Like, if you're not posh and you're British, this is something that you probably do. Piece of Warburton's bread, slice of Warbies, packet of Walker's crisps, cheese and onion, man. And I'm gonna, sorry, crinkly. And you just put your crisps on your bread. More than that, I just can't show you without getting it everywhere. Fold it over, and you've got spat crisp. You've got a crisp butty. So classic British snack. Don't, like, it's good. It's not nutritionally good for you, but it hits the spot. It's what you need if you're from the north and you're British. All right, don't judge me. Okay, so yeah, like I say, so Lae'zel, everything she believed in has fallen apart. Like the Zakith's advice that she was like, I'm following protocol was a lie. Vlaakith has just betrayed her, used her and betrayed her, and promised her all these things, and then been like, kill her. Like absolute nasty pasty. I hate Vlaakith. Like saying it now, putting it out there, Vlaakith. I don't know what I'm saying. Saying it right now, putting it out there, going on record. Vlaakith is a bitch. We hate Vlaakith on this channel, especially for what she's done to our baby girl. And then so all that has happened, and just as that realization was happening in her mind, she's doubled back down, and now she's like, I may yet gain Vlaakith's favor yet. Like, girl, this is not a test. You've been betrayed. You've been lied to. Crisps in the teeth. So it's really similar to Will. You know when Will was told to go and attack Karlach, and then he was like, she's not a devil, she's a tiefling, and like he was in denial about that for a while. It's the same kind of thing. Like her whole world has just shattered. Like nothing is true anymore. All bets are off. There are no rules, and where does she go from there? What do you do with that? So yeah, that moment of kind of like denial is totally understandable in this moment. So we're not going to call her dull and stupid. I like this one for Dirge. Again, he's quite pragmatic. You're an enemy of your people now. You need to accept that. Like you really do need to accept that, because this is like a life and death situation.
Silence!
I must think.
Come on then, quick, let's do some biscuits. Okay, but do you know what? We've been betrayed, and I think we deserve to loot this place right now and get all the treasure. We are actually in basically the treasure room of the monastery, so yeah, we're gonna help ourselves. So there's this one here. So I'm out of breath. My cat wanted biscuits as well. Like the gloves of belligerent skies, which gives us when we deal thunder damage, lightning damage, radiant damage, we inflict 2 turns of reverberation on the target, and that does some good stuff, including an extra 1d4 thunder damage. So anything that layers damage basically is a good thing. I'm not sure who I'm going to put those on yet. Maybe Will. But I do like his quick spell fingers. But yeah, basically like the smite spells that paladins have do all those different types of damage. So let's keep looting. Nothing there. I don't want to miss anything. There's all these Githyanki slates as well. Intelligence concerning the weapon. In the midst of the intricate carvings on this slate, one word in the common tongue leaps out repeatedly. Your own name. So our name is Dirge. Dirge is linked to the astral prism. Okay. There's this one here, which is really hard to click on. I don't know why this one's like so hard to target. Report on Moonrise Towers.
Let's see.
Interesting. You were right. Moonrise Towers is the place. Followed the cultist trail as you asked. Led me all the way up there. Signs of an illithid activity for sure. Tadpole sorts wandering around in uniform. Didn't manage to break in, but suffice to say there's definitely something afoot. I recommend you send this report directly to the Palace of Susurrus. Coming back shortly to collect my pay, okay? Known locations of the weapon. So I guess they've been following us and tracking us this entire time. An unfamiliar style of map marked with the following locations. Nautiloid Crash, Goblin Camp, Moonrise Towers. Yeah, they've been following us. No Underdark on there yet though. And then this, Hasharlak Voss. I think Hasharlak is like traitor. And remember, do you remember who Voss was? Voss was the one that we encountered when we were trying to find the pass to the mountains, and he had that team of Githyanki, and he was riding the big red dragon, and we kind of got into an altercation with him and kind of re-rolled it, but we knew that he was lying about going to see Vlaakith, so apparently he is a traitor, which means that an enemy of an enemy could be a friend, right? If we can find him again. The slate is densely packed with carvings. A few words reoccur throughout. Vos, Hasharlak, Vlaakith, loyalty. A note has been written over the text in common. Vos, traitor. Yeah, okay, I'm taking that with me. Because he might not know that they're onto him, basically.
Need to find a way forward.
Let's go over here as well and have a look here.
What's inside?
Nothing there. Anything in this desk? No. Anything in this book? Confiscated book. Please note that any literature concerning the below topics is strictly prohibited. If it is found in your possession, it will be confiscated. If you are found to be reading it, you will answer to Kithrak Theresin herself. Orpheus, Infernal Metals, and Magic of the Undead. Well, it just turns out that we have information on all those things. We've got 2 books on Orpheus. Infernal Metals is what Karlach uses for a heart, and Magic of the Undead is kind of like what Dirge's doing with that book. So, you know, as a necromancer. So yeah, maybe they're not gonna like us very much. My cat wants to come in again. I'm sorry, guys.
You got the pick. You're staying in. What if I get you your box out? On your box. In your box out. Oh, I see you. Yeah.
Do you see him back there in his little box? Oh dear me. I wonder if we can do Speak with the Dead on the main guy. Okay. He is glowing, so let's give it a try. It might say that we can't.
All right then.
Corpse seems willing to speak,
but not to its
but
killer.
Not to its killer.
Yeah, maybe if we get someone else from the team over here, but we'd have to go out because it's all like red. Okay, what do they have on them actually?
No traps, please.
What are you doing? Do not go back out again. Hey, hey. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so this person has some decent stuff on them. Diadem of Arcane Synergy. When you inflict a condition, gain Arcane Synergy for 2 rounds, which says weapon attacks deal additional damage equal to the affected entity's spellcasting ability modifier. So it's not bad. It's not like the best thing that we could possibly pick up, but we'll grab it. I think I'm going to have to wrap up this episode soon because it's become a little bit chaotic. So it looks like we're getting one more episode of Githyanki stuff, I guess. And then we'll kind of make our way back to the Underdark. So here we go, we've got a Githyanki Greatsword, pretty cool. I don't think it's better than what Lae'zel has, but we'll send it to her. I'm going to send this armour to camp. I'm out of breath from running up and downstairs. Githyanki Crossbow, again, I don't think it's better than what Lae'zel has, but we'll take it. Who else was there? This guy should have something good on him, right? Oh, look at all this stuff. So a potion of angelic slumber. Drink this to fall into a 2-turn slumber. Unless interrupted, you gain the benefits of a long rest. So this would be really good for like restoring everybody's spell slots and things like that. We've also got the Circlet of Psionic Revenge. When you succeed a saving throw, the foe that caused the throw takes 1 to 4 psychic damage. And Githyanki also gain a +1 to Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma saving throw. So I think we definitely want to put that on Lae'zel. And another Githyanki Greatsword. Okay, yeah, sure, send to Lae'zel. Let's just take all that. I actually do want to put that on her right away. So I'll move this over here so you guys can see. So currently she just has this one on that's like a modded item. It gives you Healing Word. But I think that is definitely going to be better. And it's kind of for her, right? It's like for Lae'zel, or if you're playing that with another Githyanki. So yeah, I'm going to take that for her. And again, anything that layers extra damage is definitely worthwhile getting. I think there's one more body to check, right? It's this guy over here.
Anything of use?
Yeah, and again, kind of standard stuff. He's got a Githyanki short sword, which we'll take. We can sell it. There's a treasure chest here as well. So a lot of loot in this room, actually. A lot of decent stuff. The Strange Conduit Ring. While concentrating on a spell, the wearer's weapon attacks deal another additional 1 to 4 psychic damage. Amazing. Again, I might just give that Lae'zel. Can she put that on right away? She can indeed. She's got some ring slots. Perfect. So she is like stacking damage now. When she hits, she's going to hit really hard. So presuming as well, if she does all this additional psychic damage, like that's going to be. There's not many things that are kind of resistant to psychic damage, so hopefully that's going to come in really, really useful as we continue playing. Again, another treasure room off to the side here. There's some really, really decent... This thing here, it kind of looks like a crystal PP. It gives you the elixir of universal resistance, which is a very, very good potion, so you definitely want to pick those up when you see them. This thing here, the Skin Buster, it is a special item, not modded. Skin Buster Force. When the wielder deals melee damage with this weapon, they gain 2 turns of Forced Conduit. It's a halberd. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily use this for anybody, but just to show you that this is here. And again, it deals extra damage, which is always pretty good. But I don't really have anyone who uses like halberds. I can't even say the word. This thing here, have I checked that one? No, not yet. We'll take it. It's rumbling now. It's just a noisy day. This here, the Necklace of Elemental Augmentation. When one of your cantrips deals acid, cold, fire, lightning or thunder damage, add your spellcasting modifier to the damage dealt. So that is probably going to be good for someone like Gale possibly, or Cordia, but I'll send it to Gale for now because he does both ice and fire, like with the build that I'm thinking of. So yeah, that is going to be good for him. I am sad that we can't speak to him yet, but maybe we can get somebody else in here to help out. Oh, there's this thing here as well, Nautiloid tank. Okay, can I take that? No, I can't pick that up. I thought that'd be a good inventory item. Nothing else around here, right? I don't think I can click on that. There's nothing here I can click on, but there is this other treasure room.
Open up.
With Hoarfrost boots, and again this is probably going to be good for Gale because it means that you can't fall prone if you're traversing icy terrain, and he's going to be doing a lot of ice spells, so again I'm probably going to send that to him. And this strange chunk of amber, it has 3 drops of blood suspended inside it. So is this the blood of Lathander? Do you remember we were looking for that great weapon? They said that they were keeping it down in the vault. Maybe this is it?
Is this it? Seems a little underwhelming for a holy relic.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Jade of View. Oh, it didn't work. Where is it? Find the blood of Lathander. A fake artifact in Rosimorn Monastery was disguised as the blood of Lathander. We should keep looking for the true relic, so it's not the real blood. Let's keep looking. I wonder if you use that chunk of amber for anything. If anyone's found a use for that chunk of amber, let me know. I tend to carry it around with me and it doesn't really do anything. But maybe there's like something somewhere where you can trick somebody into thinking that's the blood. Oh, hello. These statues are glowing. Okay. It does look like there might be a secret wall here, right? Okay, let's grab that stuff.
Lathander blesses the rising bountiful sun.
The rising bountiful sun. And it looks like we can move this. So the sun rises in the east, right? So we want it to point in that direction. If you look at the mini map, east is this way. So if I turn this and make it point to the east. I love this statue, by the way. It's got like a little baby with the sun in it. It's really cute. Okay, nothing happened. Maybe we have to turn both of them. Did I check that? Okay, I guess so. Let's turn this one as well. Actually, what does it say?
Lathander bids the setting sun a fond farewell.
Okay, so this one's going to have to point to the west.
The statue starts to rotate, but its rusty mechanism jams stuck.
I know just what to do here. I have something that might be a little bit slippy slidey that might help us out with this. You can also hit it really hard, I believe. But my first instinct on my first, well, not my first playthrough because I missed this on my first playthrough. The first time I did this was to throw a bottle of grease at this thing. And I believe that that is going to work. Why can't I can hit the statue, but I think you have to hit the base. Oh, let's just try it.
Oh, nearly had it.
Cordia fell over. There we go. Okay, turn it all the way around.
The statues reveal the hidden door.
There we go.
Curious.
Okay, so let's investigate this room and then we'll kind of call it an episode. We'll call it there. Because we do want to see if we can find that blood of Lathander. And do you know what? This might be... He's saving. That's a bad sign. This might be a good little escape route. Because I don't know about you. I don't know if I want to fight my way out of the Githyanki crash. And do you know what? I don't want to do that as well because a lot of the Githyankis that were in the crash were kind of like young. They were like teenagers. And they don't know that they're being manipulated. They're just like Lae'zel, right? They've just been told a lie. So the only one that's in there that's even questioning anything as far as we know is the, what's his name? Varys or Vras or something? The young one with the pink hair who liked Orpheus. So yeah, I don't want to hurt everybody just because they're being manipulated. I don't know.
Hidden all this time.
Ooh, okay. We've got an update to find the blood of Lathander. Very elaborate traps block our path down this passageway. Whatever sits at the end must be worth protecting. We moved some ancient Lathanderan statues and a secret passageway opened. We should see what lies inside. Okay. So, this is some kind of like force field, but this here is the energy source. Excuse me. Excuse me, sorry. And I think we can probably just attack that. My throat's really tickly. Let's go with Lae'zel's ranged attack. Fire a few arrows at this. Hopefully that'll break it. Because it seems like the energy source is powering the portal. Also, if you have Will with you or any kind of warlock, Eldritch Blast is really good for this. But unfortunately, he's not with us right now. We could, however, get him. Because technically the minimap isn't red anymore, so that means we can go to camp. So do you know what? No, let's keep going. We've got this. We can do this. So going in here, this thing here is a little bit of a trap. You can see if I hover, I can't speak. You can see if I hover over it, it actually says disarm. And what happens if you go near this is it will kind of like do kind of like a thunder wave and it will blast you off the edge. So the technique for this, guys, and I'm going to use Dirge because he's got a really good sleight of hand at the moment. I'm going to ungroup him. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to turn on turn-based mode. And that means I get a turn before the environment gets a turn. So it won't have the chance to blast me off, assuming I can disarm it in this turn. Here we go. So, Lae'zel, give me guidance. Natural 20. What can I say? The absolute legend. I don't know I had advantage on my dexterity checks. I can't remember why I have that. What's this plaque say?
Cursed.
Lathander's light may be infinite, but his mercy is not. Return. Now.
Do you know what? No, I don't think I will. So it looks like the energy sources, there's one there. And I can't see one on this side, but if you look over here, there's like a little passageway through. So I'm just gonna have Dirge climb up here. And come around this back way. And jump across here. And here we go. Here's the next power surge. So I'm going to go ahead and attack that. Can I do it with a weapon, actually? Can I do it like this?
The wrong fight, friend.
We might be here for some time, guys. I'm going to be honest. Why am I ruptured? Oh, the thing itself is ruptured, right? Because that's what my blade does. I remember now. Right, there's another one of those traps here. So again, I'm going to go in turn-based mode. And we're going to disarm it. Yeah, everybody can follow us through now, basically. Okay, why do I have advantage? Oh, Cat's Grace. Okay, sweet. That's from Shadowheart. Okay, 16, we did it. Perfect. And now I can come over here, actually exit turn-based mode. I can come over here. And we can start firing arrows at this thing here. Like this. Takes a hot second, but now we can enter the inner temple. So I'm going to have everybody group. Come on, guys. You're the clerics and the Vlaakith see you later Tobyist. So I feel like this might be for you.
Can't give up now.
I don't feel like this is for Dirge. It's not his thing, right? 2 clerics in the group here, though. Like, definitely Cordia's thing. Like, especially because Cordia is a cleric of a light goddess. Like, Shadowheart is a shadow goddess. Shara is a goddess of, like, darkness. So the Lathander light thing isn't really in alignment to her. It's actually opposing her. So Cordia being a cleric of Alistair, a goddess of... It's kind of like moonlight, but still a goddess of light and good things. Yeah, I feel like this is more her flavour. So we could run up and we could just make a grab for this thing. But if you do that, okay, spoilers, massive spoilers, it sets off the weapon basically. So you know the weapon that's on the roof of the monastery where the eagles were? Like, it will destroy the entire monastery, and we have, I think it's something like 4 rounds to get out of the entire place. And if we did that, if we destroyed the entire monastery, not only are we putting ourselves at risk, but we are also probably gonna kill all those young, like, bright-eyed Githyanki, you know, the nice ones that were kind of gossiping in the antechamber, the one that believed in Orthpeers, like actual children. So I am not looking to destroy the entire crash. The nice doctor, not the doctor with the Zakith, the one that was raising the egg. Like, I don't want to, like, there's some good people in that. Like, they're not all enemies. So what we need to do basically is put this crest panel here below. This is the Blood of Lathander. Below the Blood of Lathander. Do you remember when I did that really awkward puzzle where you had to go around and get all the ceremonial maces and hammers and line them up and put them on the right plinths, and then we got that little bag with the crest in? That's what we need. So, Dirge, I believe you've got that. Yeah, there it is. So it's behind my head, sorry. The Dawn Master's crest. That is what we're going to put in here, and it's basically like the passcode to get the Blood of Lathander without triggering the entire, like, self-destruct sequence of the monastery. So here we go. I love this, it's so impressive, it is so cool. I believe that's called an astrolabe. I use them in my D&D campaigns. I got the Blood of Lathander. Unfortunately though, even though Cordia was the one to get it, she can't wield it. She's not proficient with simple weapons or maces. But I know a girl who is, a little half elf, who is really good with things like this. I always give this to Shadowheart. And I know she's a goddess of darkness and stuff, and I know it's technically not as good as Sorrow, but that Sunbeam is really good. So yeah, I am giving her that. Like, this is her weapon. Every single campaign, except for my first one because I missed it, but every campaign since, I always give this to Shadowheart. Listen, Cordia's got the Faerun. Like, I am happy. She's got her own divinely guided weapon. I feel like Shadowheart needs a bit of love and light in her life, right? We can't always be all doom and gloom. Like, sometimes, I don't know. This is her redemption arc, and it all starts with the Blood of Lathander, basically. Okay, so what happens if you do the self-destruct thing? A portal will open, and you can get out of the monastery that way. However, what we're going to have to do in the next episode is, I mean, we could technically just fast travel now. Like, it will let us fast travel, but I don't want to do that, again, for storytelling, and again, because I think it's more interesting. I think we're going to have to fight our way out. And there are a couple of items that I still want to pick up in the next episode. It was going to be in this episode, but we're running short on time. So what I'm going to do to wrap up this episode is just head to camp, just speak to everybody. Maybe we're going to get the whole team back together. It doesn't have to make a huge amount of sense. But yeah, that is my plan. Okay, so let's get everybody back on the team. Let's talk to everybody and let's long rest. So I think Dirge definitely needs to speak to Lae'zel and just catch up with her a little bit. Actually, do you know what? Let's trigger the... I don't know. I'm going to talk to everybody. If anything's boring, I'll just cut it out. But if anyone has anything interesting to say, I'll put it in. So Lae'zel?
I am Vlaakith's most loyal servant. She will not abandon me.
Oh, Dirge, now is not the time. Like, we'll save that for later, right? We'll deal with one thing before we deal with anything else. Okay, let's see what Karlach has to say. Again, she kind of missed all that. Our best fighter, fighting the hardest warriors, and we left her in camp. What was I thinking?
We have a lot to think about. Let's do it far away from this place.
Come on, we're heading out. Get her back in the group.
Let's go, go, go.
Okay, who else? Who else do we have on his team? Will?
Let's dash for the exit, lest we suffer the full extent of Vlaakith's fury.
Good plan, sir. I'd like you to join me.
That's the spirit.
Listen, if I'm fighting my way out of a goblin camp, I want all my best warriors with me, all my best people with me.
I have such a headache.
So let's talk to Gale. It's mad that Gale is stood next to the Susa tree, like the Susa flowers in the chest.
I think we taught that Inquisitor a very valuable lesson. Won't be ambushing anyone else in a hurry, or doing anything else, for that matter.
Yeah. Join me, why don't you? There's plenty of adventure to be had.
With pleasure. Lead on.
Okay. And we've got Shadow Harbour. Let's see if she has anything to say.
I think we've overstayed our welcome in this place. If we ever truly had one to begin with. We should leave.
Absolutely. Just one long rest first. Oh, something strange happened. That artifact you carry, it just seemed to come to me.
I know. I felt it.
You did? You felt it, what, fly away from you?
Yes. No. I don't know. The artifact seems to have powers, and a will of its own. It protects us. I don't know how or why, but I'm glad. I felt it go from me to you. You need its help, just as it needs us. It's still just a box, after all.
Well, I suppose you want it back.
Might not be possible. It's stubborn that way, prone to lashing out. Keep it for now. We can all help to protect it.
That is a big leap for Shadowheart, because in the early stages, there is no way that she was letting that out of her sight. And she just watched Dirge hand it over to Vlaakith. Like, she's putting a huge amount of trust in us right now. Okay. Love her, though. And Astarion.
All I wanted was to get a worm out of my head. I didn't sign up for dimensional travel and murderous give.
I need you in my party. Will you travel with us?
Darling, I thought you'd never ask. Lead on.
I love him. Last but certainly not least, we love Astarion. Okay, so who have I got here? Let me just, I'll probably cut, but I'm just going to rearrange everybody a little bit. So quick long rest, and then we fight our way out of the goblin camp tomorrow. What does everybody say? I feel like they're semi-safe in that, like, secret chamber.
Better not be cursed.
Yes, please. Do long rest. Okay, nobody else has anything to say, do they? Nope. Let's go to sleep. Auto select. Full rest. A nice quiet night's sleep, like no messing. Oh, Scratch does have something to say to us though, so let's speak with animals. See what he's got for us.
The dog is unable to speak through the small bag he holds in his mouth.
What have you got there, Scratch?
I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
Potion of healing. How thoughtful. Pet him? Because that's a good way to end the episode. Like, petting the best boy. He's the best of us. Okay, there we go. So, join me for the next episode, which apparently is fighting our way out of the Githyanki crash, picking up a few more magic special items that we haven't picked up yet that still need to be found, making sure we don't accidentally end any of the people that we kind of like, so like the young teenagers, especially one who really liked Orpheus. What I would like to do in the next episode is try and take out that bad teacher, the one that was kind of like conspiring with the doctor to kill the young boy that with the pink hair that believed in Orpheus. I feel like he is not a nice, what do they call, like savage. I feel like he's not a good teacher, and I just feel like maybe if we can take him out, that we should do. And then we just need to try and get our way out, like fight our way out. Again, if we can get that captain on side, I would love that, because then we've got this whole crash like to back us. But something tells me that the crash is going to be acting on Vlaakith's orders, and this is not going to be easy. So once we get out, we'll be leaving this area for good and heading back to the Underdark, and I am very excited for that because obviously that's Cordia's whole thing. So yeah, again, leave me a like if you like, leave me a comment if you've got any thoughts. Just try not to do any spoilers if you know anything that hasn't happened yet. And yeah, do you have a favourite companion? Let me know who would you woohoo, all that good stuff. And I'm gonna go. Do take care of your faces. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you all returning to keep watching those videos. It's really, really good of you, really nice of you to spend that time with me. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Have a good week. Take care of your companions, and I will see you soon. Bye friends.
Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon, fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession, I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex, haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation. They call me a